Hello everyone, it's day 2 of Dementia Action Week. We had a really great start to it yesterday, and I know that today's not going to be any different. I bring you 2 very special guests today, double the trouble, and I'm sure double the brilliant answers. I'm joined today with Rosemarie and Pat Williams, and they're going to talk to us a little bit about their story with dementia. But for those of you who missed yesterday's video, the purpose of this series is asking 5 different individuals, or now 6 with these 2 lovely ladies, the same 3 questions to show that if you've met one person living with dementia, you've only met one person living with dementia. And the way I'm hoping to show this is by showing how different everyone's answers are during these interviews. So without further ado, thanks very much for joining us today, ladies. And the first question is, tell us a bit about yourselves. What's your involvement and your story with dementia?
It came from the church, really, from St Anne's Church in Kaya Park. They were looking for somebody to represent the voice of people with dementia. So Pat has always worked in the community, and I have done quite a bit in the community, and we thought we'd go along to the meeting where they were trying to enable parishes to become more dementia friendly. And so Pat thought she was going along to make a cup of tea and help people.
When they were asking for volunteers, I thought it was to befriend somebody with Alzheimer's, take them out for a cup of coffee in the afternoon. That's what I thought. Got quite a shock when we got there. They told us you had to do a project.
But what we thought, we'd ask people themselves. So we asked people in the parish in St Anne's what they thought would be helpful. But we thought we don't want to restrict it to the church. We want the wider community involvement. So we invited another group of people to come along and to learn more about what the needs were for people who are caring for people with dementia, for people themselves. And so we had great ideas coming forward. And one thing that was, like Pat said, was really lacking was a simple guide. There's loads of information out there, but it's not all put together. So we got a group of people together to ask them. We did some research on what is it you'd want in a guide. People told us those answers, and we came up with the title Memories, which is very apt. And we met some really interesting people along the way, didn't we? And the people informed us. And on the 20th, we're actually launching Memories. We're having this simple local guide. And you're right, Luke. We realise that dementia doesn't define people. People are all individuals, and people experience what they experience in very many and very different ways. So by involving people and and agreeing that dementia doesn't define anybody, that there's still some joy to be had in your life, that's our first stopping point is this launch of Memories, the leaflet that will go in Wrexham.
That's from how does somebody know that they've got dementia, or to accessing an assessment, and then accessing different services that might be of help to the person who's got dementia, and also to the carer, specifically as well for the carer, because they're under an enormous amount of pressure looking after somebody with dementia. It's time consuming, and it really is exhausting, especially if they don't get any respite care as well. And that came up a lot in services from Wrexham County Borough Council, was respite care. They just don't get it.
Yeah,
and people need respite care. If only going to a day centre to allow the carer to be able to go to the shops or go to have their hair cut or something, you know, just, or even a luncheon club, one day a week.
Yeah, sorry, Luke. We're looking to then have this guide, which on the 20th will be launched, and then there'll be a next steps to our project Memories, and we're going to ask people again to come forward. It's in a very socially inclusive, getting people together to combat isolation, to burst some of the myths that are around about, well, people don't know you if you visit them. Well, actually, people are left with a very good feeling if you visit, as you know, as an ambassador. Yeah. So we're trying to take away some of the stigma surrounding it. There's a lot of stigma around dementia, mental health. So actually, by being more open about it, by listening to what people say would be helpful, that we'll develop a plan of things to do over the next 12 months, really.
Oh, that's fantastic. That project is brilliant, and it's my colleague Della did tell me a little bit about what you guys were doing, and that was another reason why I was really happy that you guys could join me today. It's because of people like yourselves why this question might be a little bit easy for you, but obviously you are a part of this. But myself being a Dementia Friends champion, I go out and I do awareness sessions, and I take part in campaigns like Dementia Action Week, and you both are going out with this brilliant idea of the pamphlet. But with all this that's going on, and I think I'm going to get a really good answer from you, how important do you feel that there are things like this that we're all doing, that it's going on in the community? How vital is it that things like this are going on?
I think it's important.
It's got to be, because there's so many more people now suffering from dementia. Dementia sufferers is just on the increase, and it's going to get worse because people are living longer.
And it's all of us. It's impressive. It's no good looking over our shoulder and saying, no, it's her next door or him down the road. If you think about it, with an aging population, looking at the demographics, it's all of us. We're all included. We all know somebody. We've all got a friend or a relative that's affected by dementia. And so what we're about, really, supporting people to stave off some of the signs of it by people having good well-being. And we're hoping that our project will, there's many things going on, many other projects, but we hope that this is something that we can offer. And hopefully other people will join the bandwagon, if you like. We've already had the offer of volunteers to come along and do things, as we know that music is uplifting for people. I don't know whether you saw on the television about the choir, the dementia choir. That was fantastic.
The Vicky McClure.
Yeah,
brilliant.
So, who knows, we might have a dementia choir in Wrexham, why not?
Yeah, there's no reason why we can't.
No. So, there's lots of people who've got lots of talents to share, including people with dementia.
Yeah.
People, have got lots of talents, and music is only one way through. But there are many other ways to touch people. So we'll learn together. There's lots of learning for all of us.
Definitely.
Even for an older person, with intergenerational schemes, talking to school children about their war experiences, or just even about their life experiences. And they can do that, old people, even if they're suffering from dementia, because they remember things like that. They're passing on their knowledge as well to younger people.
Totally, and that leads on to one of the key messages, that there is more to the person than the dementia, and it's exactly like what you guys said then. That these people could have fought in the war, and they have still got a story behind the disease. The disease isn't the person. And I've spoken to one of the carers in the community, and he said very much the same, that the people don't talk to the person, it's talking to the disease, and that's very, very wrong. And it's things like that need stopping. And it's during these sessions that we get people to think about a positive action to do when you come across someone living with dementia, just to make their life a little bit easier. So for the people at home, what would you suggest would be a positive action for the people at home?
I think listening. I think, as you've just said, Luke, people seem to not listen to what's going on, so not having that proper interaction, and sometimes talk at people rather than really carefully listening and making sense of what everybody, as you said, has a story to tell. And we can link in with the history of that person. I visited a person recently who was a farmer, Ken, who's had a real rich life with his farming and his family and his community, and has a lot still to give. And we think of people being made up of physical and mental, but there's also that spiritual, that tick inside all of us. And his eyes lit up. He was beaming and relating to people on a very human level. So in listening, we can all do it. It's free.
Yeah.
It's just time.
I think as well for family members not to argue with the person that's got dementia. I know that I've been to several houses and the old person said, oh, I want to go such and such a place. Oh no, you can't go. You haven't been there for years. And instead of just going along with it, because I said, oh yeah, we can go there later on. Have your dinner first and we'll go there later, because they will have forgotten about it then. But just don't argue with them, because it gets them agitated and you get yourself agitated as well. So it doesn't do either of you any good. No.
And those are two really important ones. And thanks for sharing them ones. And thank you for your time today. It's been brilliant. And I've got to say, the very, very best of luck with the pamphlet. And if you need a volunteer, hit me up. I'll roll my sleeves up.
I've got your name down, Lou.
She's writing your name down.
You stick that name down there. I'll roll my sleeves up, and I'd be delighted to come and help you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've had two fantastic guests on today, as you've seen for yourself, and it's only aiding what we're doing in this week. So a big thank you to Rosemarie and Pat for their time today. And thank you guys for tuning in. Keep wearing your Dementia Friends badge with pride, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much, everybody. Thanks, both.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. Bye.